Guys, in this training video, I'm going to be going through the Smart Swaps blueprint. Okay, so this is the easiest way to probably start to make some real wholesale changes to your overcaloric intake without making wholesale changes to your diet or to the food that you're eating overall. For most people, we don't need to completely overhaul everything that we're doing. We can just make some real smart swaps initially, and that's going to bank us a hell of a lot more calories and get us a lot more protein for the same amount of calories, which of course is going to lend itself more towards adhering to a caloric deficit and then significantly dropping body fat as a result of that. Okay, so why does it work? It's better defaults. It's not something completely new. It's just, instead of buying this, buy that. We're not saying don't have yogurt, but have this instead of that. Not saying don't have bread, but have this instead of that. Not saying don't have burgers, but instead have this instead of that. It's very, very easy. The same satisfaction or more satisfaction, because you're probably increasing protein intake for the same or less calories, which is then obviously going to allow us to add more volume for the same amount of calories, which again controls hunger. And no food is off limits. Okay, we're not saying good, bad, or indifferent. We're just saying here's some better choices, here's some things that we could do a little bit differently that's going to move us further down the road to where we want to get to. So if we look at the daily snapshot of the overall calories that we're going to go through in this kind of meal setup, typical day setup, we're going from like 2,800 calories down to about 1,800. So we're saving about 1,000 calories here and adding about 50 grams of protein and reducing a bit of fat along the way. So this is so easy to do, guys. And honestly, this is going to make a huge impact in your lives if you can nail this, okay? So we're looking at some hot drinks, liquid calories, breakfast, snacks, lunch, some meat choices, and then even some dessert options as well, okay? So first thing, hot drinks, all liquid calories. A flat white could be 160 calories, okay? Some people drink 2, 3, 4 coffees per day. We could be 600 calories in coffees here, and then if you were to swap that to something like a sugar-free Avalanche or a sugar-free Moccona or one of those types of things, but 45 calories for one of these guys here, and they're like a dessert, tastes like a dessert, so you're not giving up any flavour, and you're going to bank 120 or 100 calories, 120 calories per coffee that you have throughout the day. So if you're having 2, 3, 4 coffees per day, you could switch to a black coffee as well and completely bank everything. Or you could go down the path of one of these type options here. And this is such an easy way to bank some calories. Liquid calories is the easiest swaps that you're going to make, okay? Then if we're looking at breakfast, okay, so if we went bread, 2 slices of white bread, maybe 100 calories. You could go 2 slices of thins, the thin bread that you get from Coles, Woolies, and all the supermarkets there. Again, going heavy on the butter, you could go like a light cream cheese or something like that. Even a low-fat cottage cheese, again, another really good one there. Bank you, 40 or 50 calories easily. A vanilla yogurt, a vanilla flavoured yogurt, probably about 145 calories per serve, and might only have like 6 grams of protein, where a YoPro, one of these type of yogurts here, we're going to have about 15 grams of protein per serve. It's actually less than, it's only about 90 calories per serve there as well. So just a real easy swaps that you can make, and it doesn't have to be a YoPro, like just any kind of light Greek yogurt as opposed to the full fat flavoured yogurts. And then if you're looking to add flavour, the flavour could just come from your flavoured protein powder that you have. So you have a nice vanilla flavoured protein powder, happy days, you could add that in there as well, and you're going to bank a hell of a lot of calories, and you're going to add a significant amount of protein as well. Then if we're looking at snacks, for anything that you've got, there's a lower fat option. Generally, the lower fat stuff is where you're going to save some calories. I'm not saying that fats are bad, but I'm just saying that, we could save a hell of a lot of calories by just getting, a lighter cheese, a lighter yogurt, these types of things here. So we can save, 24, 50 20, I think that's 24 calories for the light cheese stick. I think one of these is about 50 calories, so what you're saving about 34 calories here. If you're going for a muesli bar, swap that just for an apple, you'll save 80 calories. If you're going for something like a crackery type option, instead of like those tiny Jats crackers, quite high in fat, you could get the Arnott's Cruskets, which I think they're 44 calories for a couple of those as well. So again, save 167 calories on snacks here. So very, very easy to do. Again, lunchtime, just a chicken salad wrap here, okay? So a mission wrap, 210 calories. A beef-free sweet potato wrap, 78 calories. Doesn't have to be these ones, but there's always a lower calorie option in terms of the wraps. These have also got about 8 grams of fibre as well, which we know fibre is essential for our overall health and our overall gut health as well. Again, a full fat meal, like if you just went to a fat-free meal or a coconut sriracha or one of these spicier sauces, tend to be a lot lower in calories there as well. Chipotle type sauces tend to be a little bit lower in calories as well. Like you can save a ton of calories and still have flavour. Add some spices add some other types of seasoning as well, no issues there whatsoever. And then if you just go for a leaner type of protein, I quite like chicken thighs anyway if you've got the calories for it, but if you're trying to save some calories there, you could go chicken breast as opposed to chicken calories. Okay, so an afternoon treat, if we were going to go for a dare iced coffee, something, probably 240 calories, then you could just go to a sugar-free alternative. Another easy one, like I said, liquid calories are easy ones to get calories back on. So 130 calories there. Banana bread, just go for a couple of bits of sliced banana on a rice cake and a little bit of peanut butter. Happy days. You'll save 250 calories there. You'll save 150 calories there. And then something like biscuits, which, nobody's ever having one Tim Tam or one biscuit. Just go for like a high protein pudding or one of these, the Wicked Sister type options as well. Like those things are really good. There's a high protein, low calorie alternative to absolutely everything that you're doing right now, okay? An easy one for meats is just the leaner option. So beef sausages, if you go kangaroo sausages, or beef burgers, you go kangaroo burgers. These are excellent. My kids absolutely love these. Exact same flavour. Like there's no difference. You make a cheeseburger with these, you make a cheeseburger with a beef burger. There's no difference, okay, whatsoever. A ribeye steak, if you just go that for like a lean rump, for example, you can save a little bit there. Regular beef mince, if you just go for the 95% lean beef mince, or kangaroo mince for that example as well. Or if you're in the UK, venison or something like that is a little bit leaner as well. It's just, you're always looking for a leaner option. There's always, just read the back of the label, read the fat content, and once you find a couple of good guides, it'll be very easy to know what good looks like, okay? And again, you're saving 345 calories here. Then we could go for, spuds. We could go spuds versus Spud Lights. Dead easy, do them in the air fryer, something like that. You're going to save 100 odd calories there. If you swap any kind of normal sauce or full fat or full sugar sauces to a reduced sugar or a reduced fat option, like I said before, you're going to save some calories. Go to a Pepsi Max as opposed to a beer, a wine, or a full fat Pepsi or a full fat Coke. Like there's no reason not to be doing those types of things just to bank some calories. If we were to go for a connoisseur ice cream versus like a Halo Top, 320 calories for a whole tub of this stuff, really, really good. Going for chocolate after dinner, a peanut butter covered date, so peanut butter filled chocolate covered date. I know that the girls in the group chat have been posting the recipe for these a few times. Dead easy to do, roughly about 50-60 calories. And then something like jelly, jelly and a little bit of a couple of scoops of this Halo Top, 4 calories, and then maybe 100 calories worth of ice cream. Who doesn't have 100 calories at night time just to have a little something like that, and if you really want to save calories, you could go down the path of just some frozen berries and a low-fat Greek yogurt as well. So like I said, by implementing 3 to 5 of these swaps, you could save, easily 700 calories per day. You could save 700 calories on coffees alone. So this is real simple stuff here, guys, okay, and real easy wins to get. If you need any further clarification on this, but these are the things we could bring to a community call. These are the topics to cover with me. This is what I like. Is there an alternative? And we'll fault find it in a live scenario, and we'll find an alternative, and everybody will benefit from these lessons, okay?